Hello guys, it is September and I'm back at uni now. I just had my first week of lectures and before that it was Freshers Week, which was crazy. I was helping move all the freshers in and going on all the nights out and just making sure everyone had a good time, and that was really draining and took over your life for 2 weeks. And then now that I'm back at uni it's a bit like, I have a course to do, I forgot about that. So I'm gonna chat to you today about being organised at uni and staying organised as well, because that is really important to make sure you do well. Now I am a huge lover of stationery and diaries and to-do lists and anything like that. I love making a good to-do list and ticking things off. It's one of my favourite things to do, sad as it sounds. So one of the first tips I have is to get yourself a diary. This one is from Busy Bee, which is really cute. I'll link it down below if you're interested. I really like this diary just because it's really cute on the front. It's got this thing, it's got a pen holder, it's got your ribbon so you know where you're at, and I'll show you one of my weeks. It's got two sides, so this is all of Monday, so I've got work and then everything else on that side. It's kind of a bit unorganised at the moment. And then you've also got space for to-do lists, which is great, and space to, if the week has something significant going on, like here was Refreshers Week, you've got space to write that, which is really cool. And also, I think my favourite thing about this diary is that you get these pockets for putting stuff in, because you know when you have like loose bits of paper or receipts or something and you just need a place to put it, you've got these little pockets for putting things in. So I definitely recommend getting hold of a good diary that works for you. Obviously some people like the hour by hour ones, some people prefer like smaller ones like pocket size, some people want bigger ones. Some people like doing it on their phone actually, like having their phone calendar or Outlook, they have like a diary sort of thing. Some people prefer that. Find one that works for you and make sure you stick to it and try and take it everywhere with you. Like I literally cannot go for a day without my diary. I would be lost, like I wouldn't know what I was doing. So make sure you stick to what you write in your diary. This is also really good for making sure that you're aware of all of the dates that are involved in your course, like exam dates, assignment deadlines, when you have weeks off, like when your Christmas break is and everything. It's really good to have these down in your diary so that you know how long you've got for an assignment or how long a term is, and you know when your breaks are if you're planning to go home or anything. It's just good to know the dates. I also really enjoy colour coding. I got this pen from our library. You can get very similar ones online or like in shops. This one was free though, so I was quite pleased with that. It's got loads of different colours. So I've got, well, I haven't really been colour coding. I've just gone over the black pens in the separate colours for this week. I've got pink for work and placement, blue for societies, red for social stuff, and black is my lectures, and then there's a couple of other bits and bobs going on. I think colour coding really helps like make your week look a bit more organised. Obviously it's easy to see when everything's written in black, it all looks a bit chaotic and you're like, I've got so many things to do. But if you colour code it, it's like, okay, I have work that day, I have some lectures on this day, and then I'm going to meet a friend in the evening. That's okay, I can handle that. It just makes it a lot more manageable and a lot easier to see what you're doing as well. So as well as the to-do lists in my diary, I also have millions of other scraps of paper around where I make to-do lists of what work I need to do, what editing I need to do, what things I need to do for societies. I tend to make a to-do list like for each thing so it doesn't get confused, because obviously like assignments are a higher priority than editing. I know I don't always put it that way, but they really should be. To-do lists are really good for prioritising what things you need to do, and also keeping track of the time that you're spending on things is really good as well. So you can see, say if I spent 2 hours on an assignment today and 3 hours preparing stuff for a society and then 4 hours spending time with some friends, I'll be able to see, hang on, I should probably be spending a bit more time on my course, and over the week you'll be able to see that add up and see how much time you really do spend on different things and areas where you might need to cut back a little bit as well, so that makes it easier for prioritising as well. So another thing is making sure that you keep your notes organised. Once you've been to lectures, if you need to make notes, making sure you know where they are so that when it comes to revising or writing an assignment, they're all in one place, so it's not like a crazy mad rush trying to find all your notes. So this year I have notebooks for each of my topics. This is my mindfulness notebook, it's got a cute fox on it, I got this from Waterstones. And then for my dissertation and the one module I have an exam in this year, I have a big folder. I used to always have pretty folders, but this one was free, so I thought there's no point having pretty folders because you're only gonna use it for a year and then probably throw it away afterwards. I like pretty folders, but then freeness is also good, so I've gone for like a plain green free one. It's still pretty cool, it's still pretty. It's good for like keeping your notes organised. I've got dividers in there. Obviously it's just the start of the year, I haven't got a lot in here yet, but they're also really good for just keeping everything together and organised. It's also important to check out the lectures you're going to beforehand, because obviously every lecturer is different. Some people talk really, really quickly and you don't have time to make any notes, so you need to print out the slides beforehand. And some lecturers take their time and talk really slowly, so you've got time to write, so you might just want to bring some paper to that lecture and write it down. Some lecturers, they use this thing, well, some of our lecturers anyway, use this thing called Panopto, where they record their lectures and put them online, so if you're gonna miss a lecture for some reason, it's good to know whether they've used that or not, so that you can catch up, or whether you should get notes off someone else that did go. So it's just good to sort of know where you're at with your lectures. And also, if you have a little look through the lecture slides beforehand, you can come up with any questions that you might have about the topic, and you'll sort of expect what's coming really, which is always good. That also applies to like the whole year's worth of stuff. In my second year I didn't go to the induction lecture, which is where they explained how the whole year was structured, so I didn't know which modules I had exams in, which modules I had assignments in, so I was spending ages making notes for some modules thinking that I needed to revise for exams for them, but then I only needed an assignment in them, so I didn't really need to write up all those notes, and it kind of wasted my time a bit. So it's just good to know how your year is structured, so you know which modules you need to put not more effort in, but a different kind of effort into. So that's all the course-based stuff, which is obviously a key part of coming to uni, is your degree. It's good to stay organised and try and get the best degree you can, but also there's so many other things that you have to worry about at uni. One of which is money. It's really important to keep organised with your money, because it'll get to the end of the year, your loan's running out if you're in the UK and you get loans, and then suddenly you have a rent payment. That's scary and unnecessarily stressful. So it's good to know when your rent's coming out, when your loan's coming in, if you've got a part-time job, knowing how many hours you're doing, so you know roughly how much is coming in and when your paydays are and everything like that. And you can get some really good apps actually, like budgeting apps, so you can say this much money is for food and this much money is for social and this much money is for other things. I don't really get on with them, just I feel like I don't stick to them, so yeah, I haven't really been using one of them. I've just been trying to stop impulse spending. I've now realised that my loan doesn't last forever and that I need to conserve it for my rent and food and things like that. Also, you'll probably be living away from home, or some people do, so you'll have all of the other things of living that require organising, because you don't want to get to a 9 AM lecture, be getting ready and realise you have no clothes because they're all in the laundry, and you don't want to get to the end of the week and realise you have no food in because you've eaten it all, or you're just left with like rubbish little bits here and there that can't make a full meal because you've not done your grocery shopping. So for them I'd really recommend getting into a routine. I am not the biggest user of this technique, I probably should be, so like saying, oh, I'll do my laundry on a Friday, or I'll do food shopping on a Monday and a Tuesday, however you like to do it. I'm going to try and get into a routine this year because I feel like that would be a lot easier than, quick, I need to do some laundry, I have no underwear for tomorrow. So those are all of my tips for staying organised at uni. If you do have any questions about uni, please don't hesitate to ask on Twitter or Instagram or on here, or email me. If you have any other tips for staying organised at uni, just post them in the comments and other people can read them and use your tips, and I might use your tips as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!